A small group of 100 National Guardsmen for the US military are currently patrolling around one of their large cities, just doing some training exercises. When all of a sudden, millions of figures appear in the distance, having gone through a teleportation portal. These are medieval soldiers. They're lost, they're confused, having been fighting the Crusades for months now, and suddenly being in an entirely different environment in a very strange place. They're about to attack whoever they see. Sadly for the National Guardsmen, that's them. They are getting charged by 1 million medieval footmen right here, with the rest of the army well on their way soon. National Guardsmen, of course, are going to be radioing in to their headquarters, informing them of what is approaching. But while doing so, they're fighting back against these medieval soldiers. They're taking a few losses here as the medieval footmen end up reaching these boys, but they're backing up and they're going to have their backs to this lake right here, which is not a great place to be because you're going to get slaughtered one way or another. Oh, they're actually going in the lake. I didn't realize they would go ahead and do that. Okay, well, they're probably gonna drown in there, I'm guessing. A few are still staying on the shores, which I think is definitely the better option here. But yeah, this is not the entire battle. Obviously, we are going to be backing up and doing a huge defense against a much larger medieval army after this. And there we go. Modern soldiers starting to drop as they drown, and the medieval footmen win with 513 kills. And the modern soldiers, just 100 of them, end up dying. Oh, sorry. Modern soldiers got 530 kills on medieval footmen. I said that wrong. Either way, let's get to the next battle. The medieval soldiers have now gained reinforcements and overtaken the US city. With their warning from the 100 lost souls who were unlucky enough to meet the portal entrance, we have the military base established by the US Army. They have themselves M1 Abrams. They have 10,000 modern soldiers. They've got attack drones. They've got ghillie suit snipers. They've got missile systems as well as nuclear missile systems and sea whizzes here. So they're not very strong in number, but they are very strong in terms of defenses. But that's not all. We also have a reinforcing 50,000 modern soldiers with M1A2 Abrams here. All of this will be going up against 6 million medieval army soldiers. Can the US Army stop them, or will they perish? Alrighty then, boys, let's go ahead and press start right here, and the modern army begins their defense against the oncoming medieval soldiers. We have nukes going out, we have missile systems going out, we have sea whizzes spamming fire outwards against the medieval army. But these medieval soldiers are a little bit more powerful this time. We have Knights Templar troopers who are actually a fairly powerful unit. They, I think, have like 500 health apiece. I mean, they're still getting absolutely chopped to bits by incoming missiles and sea whiz fire, but they're surviving a lot longer than your standard footmen. On the other side, over this way, we do have more standard footmen as well coming in. So, you know, they're still going to be involved on the battlefield, but we'll also have heavy knights, English men-at-arms. Oh, there's a nuke going out right there. Oh, zooey mama. Yeah, that's pretty brutal right there. My goodness. They're letting the bodies hit the floor pretty harshly. And we'll also have cavalry, which, as you can see, there is a cavalry charge going on over this way. Very fast unit, but that's not going to be faster than a bullet because they are getting struck down big time by machine gun fire from the modern soldiers defending right there. Brutality. They are actually kind of getting pretty close, though. They might start swinging at some of these Abrams fairly soon here if the Abrams don't watch out. Oh, there's another nuke, though. That's going to be brutal. If the medieval soldiers are completely incapable of defeating these guys, we might go ahead and give the medieval soldiers archers as well as catapults, which would make this a lot more even of a battle. However, for now, I just wanted to do a complete and utter medieval swordsman melee charge because it's really interesting to see medieval units just getting absolutely slaughtered by the full might of the US Army here. We're already down to 5.1 million medieval soldiers. which means about 1 million of them have died already. The cavalry is getting up front and center against the M1 Abrams over this way, so that's pretty impressive right there. And this is probably the weakest portion of the battlefield for the modern soldiers because they don't have any vehicles in front of it. And it looks like some Knights Templar are wrapping around, which is probably a pretty good strategy to use against these guys because they're going to be able to sort of sneak their way in there. Oh, but the nukes, they just keep on coming, baby. And the Sea Whizzes are going very, very ham on this portion of the battlefield. Look at that spray fire. Just destroying medieval knights coming on in there. The Knights Templar was not prepared for this, I don't think. Let's go check in on the reinforcers over this way, though. So, about 50,000 modern soldiers over here, as well as those M1A2 Abrams. And these guys are on attack mode, so they're trying to come in the flanks of the medieval army and get in there to try and assist their troopers at the city. Right now, they're very much so stuck against Knights Templar troopers who are full charging them. However, the Knights Templar aren't really getting close enough to get really any kills, at least over in that direction. How about over here? They are getting a little bit closer over here, so they might be able to get some swings in there with their longswords and kill some of these modern soldiers eventually. It just might take a little while, that's for sure. They're trying, though. You gotta give them, you know, a little bit of a thumbs up for the old college try. You know, after you've seen about 100,000 of your own men go down from these magical things that they're calling guns, I think I would be a lot less keen on charging head first into these defenses. But, you know what? These boys, they've got some gusto. They've got some gusto. Oh, here's some of the heavy knights as well, actually. They're not all Knights Templar. We actually have some heavy knights in the mix, and they're getting pretty close. Not too bad. They're getting some swings in there. Modern soldiers have now lost 800 troops. I think maybe most of them are from over here, because I don't think the city defense has really lost much yet. I mean, oh, wait, hold on. Yep. The rear flank is getting engaged fully now. Yeah, this is the weak point, like I said before. So they need to be careful and they need to maintain this defense. If it means a few Sea Whizzes need to turn around and fire, so be it, because this is going to be very, very bad. That's a lot of cavalry coming in. I think over here we'll have our English men-at-arms. Yes, sir. Oh, these guys look so good. I love their armor. It's so dope. All right, these Abrams over here getting some serious damage done unto them. And we do have a breach from the modern soldiers' perspective right here, where these guys are coming in. The attack drones behind. Wait, what happened to our attack drones? Oh, there they are. Okay, good. They're still vibing. They have machine guns on them, so they'll fire those. You see, they've got UMP-45s attached, which is kind of funny. The missile systems over here, still firing away. Nuclear missile systems should also be firing away, hopefully somewhat. Ooh, these Abrams over here, they got scattered, potentially because of the nukes firing. But these are the machine guns Abrams, so they're a little bit weaker than the HE shot Abrams. But they're still pretty devastating, to be fair. But you can see those 50 cals up top. Well, I think it's a 50 cal and a 30 cal, but they're very polygonal. There's a lot of vectors there. But either way, they're rapid firing out. They're going thump, 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 thump. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Woo! And then we got the Sea Whizzes over this way. But again, the flank is now almost completely dead. And so these guys are now coming in the rear of these modern soldiers behind them. There's 4.2 million medieval soldiers still remaining, which means almost 2 million have died at this point. And a big ol' 8,000 modern U.S. Army troopers have died as well. I think a lot of it coming from over here, but also I think the reinforcements have taken a lot of losses as well. Staggering losses. These guys might be very helpful, though, if they do come around and support that flank that's been busted up. However, cavalry is now charging the rear of these guys, too! The cavalry is just so zippy and so fast that they're able to cover a lot of ground very, very quickly and do some basically hammer and anvil strikes with their infantry on the other side. This is pretty bad for the modern soldiers over here. Definitely considerable losses are to come from this. No good. No good at all. Oh my goodness. But they do have deep ranks over here, so at the very least they're going to get a lot of kills before they go down. Not to mention the M1A2 Abrams, very, very powerful tank. Look at that, the high explosive fire taking out a plethora of medieval soldiers very, very quickly right there. So that is absolutely gorgeous. Let's go back to the city. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Yeah, the city defense is not doing too hot. The Sea Whizzes are still alive, but their troopers behind them are slowly getting encompassed, and that's going to probably result in the Sea Whizzes going down as well. Nuke goes off, though, buying some time for the Sea Whizzes. You'll love to see that. And missile systems also continuing to fire. How are the dudes doing over this way? Okay. They are also having some serious problems with the cavalry charging right up their buttholes, as well as some of those English men-at-arms coming in fiery hot over this way. No bueno, no good over there at all. And the Abrams front and center here are also struggling, it seems, although doing better than the machine gun Abrams, I think, in the front lines, which, yeah, are much more damaged over here. Although, I think the nukes are buying them a lot of time. Yeah, those nukes are popping off in the front here. Beautiful. This might be a bit more challenging of a battle for the modern soldiers than I thought. I kind of saw at the beginning they were doing so well. They were keeping everyone at bay. I was like, they got this. No worries at all. Now there's very much so worries. Now we are very much so worried at all. Because there's a ton of medieval soldiers still left alive, and they are breaching in so many different directions all at once. It is no good. We're down to 3.64 million medieval soldiers breaching, causing destruction, causing mayhem on the battlefield. No good. What is good for the modern soldiers is it seems like they don't actually have too many more flankers to deal with. I mean, that's still a lot before us here, but I would say that's maybe only 1 million soldiers they've got to deal with right here. So as long as they kill just a light millie, you know, they can then proceed onward to the city defense and help those guys out if they're still alive to tell the tale, at the very least. Yeah. It's tough out here, my guys. It is very tough out here. I think these guys have lost a large portion of their force. Almost 19,000 modern soldiers have died at this point. We've got a big flank over here, but the horsemen are getting gunned down. It's like that scene in War Horse, if you know what I'm talking about. Brutal, brutal scene, man. Brutal scene. Let's see how the other flank is faring. These guys are doing a little bit better, but there's still horsemen over here. Which is crazy, as well as those heavy knights coming in too. They look so dope with their long swords just up in the air. Oh yeah, this is a gruesome battle. This be some gruesome stuff right here. Imagine if we had the pooling blood mod on. That would be kind of insane. However, I don't often use that anymore because I kept getting flagged on YouTube for using it. And then on top of that, it kills units when the blood gets too high and they drown in it. So yeah, it's a little bit tough out here. It's a little bit tough out here. It is what it is. We're down to 3.2 million medieval soldiers left alive. The slaughter is absolutely tremendous. But still, modern soldiers starting to lose soldiers at an even greater rate here. 21.8 million dead modern soldiers. Now 22k dead modern soldiers. So yeah, they're taking losses left and right now. This right flank actually is kind of perishing pretty quickly. If this doesn't go unchecked, we might have some problems on this front line. Let's go back to the city, though, and check in on what's going on over here. I still see Sea Whizzes firing. You can see sort of all of the medieval soldiers still coming forward over here from up top. But that cavalry is still going nuts here. I'm actually kind of surprised the Sea Whizzes are still alive. They definitely did lose a few of them. But the fact that there's still a bunch of them firing away is pretty impressive. I mean, these things probably have 100,000 kills a pop or something along those lines. I really wish, like in Men of War and Gates of Hell, I wish you could check kill counts of individual units. That would be so cool. The only thing you can see is when you control a unit, how many kills it has. Like right here, I'm using a Sea Whiz. It's just catastrophically crazy here. We actually only have 65 health left, and we went down, but we got a number of kills before we died right there. That is a cool feature, but I wish you could like take over a unit and then see how many kills historically it has gotten over that period of time. That would be absolutely baller to see that, but sadly not the case. Other side over here with the Abrams seems to be doing very, very well, which is great. Still this flank over here causing a few problems with the cavalry just yeeting on in there. And then the front over here against the Footman, it seems like, yeah, the nukes stopped doing as good of a job, and these MG M1s are starting to get even more damaged, and we've got cavalry coming in and charging and killing a number of modern soldiers over here as well. Currently at 2.9 million medieval soldiers remaining, so they're at half of their force. We've got 37,000 modern soldiers remaining. They have lost 26,000 of their troopers currently. Why don't we go ahead and do a little time lapse over here of the Sea Whiz defense. We have witnessed the death of the Sea Whizzes. They are all gone now, and now their backup soldiers are starting to get depleted as well. They did a fantastic job defending, though. I mean, hundreds of thousands of kills between all of them, I am positive. So, you know, we gotta give them props for that, but now the Knights Templar are coming through and cleaving up some of these modern soldier defenses, who also probably have thousands of kills per modern soldier here. But inevitably, they are going to be dead. There they go. They are dead. And now the last little bit right there. So that's going to open up an avenue towards these missile systems back here. Not a very good thing, because these are obviously extremely valuable to the defense. That's going to be rough. That's going to be a rough loss right there. 2.36 million dead medieval soldiers, and 35,000 dead, sorry. 2.3 million remaining medieval soldiers, 27,700 remaining modern soldiers. It's coming down to the wire. These nukes are helping, you know, they're helping a decent amount. These guys, their defense is still going very, very solid over here, so they are also helping considerably. Look at these body piles. They're pretty crazy. Let's go check in on our flank boys, see how they're doing. They've cleared up a lot of their attackers here, so they could come through and save the day pretty soon here. They've taken some losses, but I mean, they're still doing pretty decently, so that's good to see it as well. But overall, it's gonna be rough. I mean, look how many soldiers there still are on the battlefield for the medieval troops. This is going to be a nightmare. The ghillie suit snipers are still popping off with fire of their own here, so hopefully they can kind of protect the missile systems a little bit. But if they can't, we're in big doo-doo. Big doo-doo. Let's go ahead and time-lapse a little bit. Alright, they've actually held, surprisingly enough. Missile systems plus the ghillie suit sniper supportive fire has really, really aided in this streak being held for now. Up front here, we've seen an uptick in dead modern soldiers for sure, but the nukes are definitely helping that problem a little bit. This side over here is still doing pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, these guys are absolute champs. I can't believe they're still in this thing for so long. And look at this, M1 Abrams just completely surrounded, but going out like kings. You gotta love it, man. 1.8 million medieval soldiers remaining, 23,600 modern soldiers remaining, and these guys are nearly done with their bad boys over here. Actually, wait, I think they are done with them. There's just a glitch cav here. We can move him so he unglitches. There you go. And then, are there glitch soldiers over here? I don't know what's going on over here. Let's try moving them, I guess. Oh, there's some cavalry over here. that they actually have to fight. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. So that cavalry will likely go down pretty quick. But then hopefully these modern soldiers move this way where, oh, okay. So there's English men-at-arms now countercharging again. So reinforcements are going towards the reinforcements of the modern soldiers over this way. Yikes. So maybe they won't have their heroic save the day moment. It's kind of up to these guys to hold out and defend for a long term. Why don't we do a bird's eye view time lapse this time around? 1.67 million medieval soldiers remaining, 23,000 modern soldiers. They're still holding, boys, and we've hit a milestone. Only 1 million medieval soldiers remain on the battlefield. So, pretty big milestone right there. I think the modern army is going to have this in the bag, but 21,500 of them remain. There's still some troops over this way, clearly, firing away. Oh, is there another glitch troop? Yeah, I guess that cavalry is glitched as well. There you go. And he's dead, so these guys should move again, hopefully. These guys are moving... I don't know what these guys are doing, but they're clearly not important for this defense over here. So we're going to ignore them and go back to the defense over here, where we are still holding out extremely nicely. Cavalry on the roof! Trying to get at some missile systems over here. And then M1 Abrams on the roof too now? What is happening to the world? What is going on here? I don't know. The nukes are all on the roof too now, but I think they got blown up there by the nukes maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's kind of crazy. Let's continue to watch this defense, I guess. Well, boys, there's 16,000 modern soldiers remaining and 140,000 medieval soldiers. Now, I don't really see medieval soldiers over here. Where are they? I don't really see them over here either. Where art thou, medieval boys? Oh, they're just scattered throughout here. Well, all those guys didn't just die. That's just a weird glitch in the game. Where are they, actually? Wait. They're not over here. Oh, there's just one over here. What? This is confusing. How do we lose 100 and... Well, those are floating cars. 140,000 troops. They're just gone. Medieval or modern soldiers have moved all the way over this way. Oh, they're moving this way. They must be dispersed throughout the city. Oh yeah, they're like glitched throughout the city. Look at this. Oh my goodness, yeah, they're in glitch states throughout the city. But essentially, modern soldiers have certainly won. Yeah, they take the big W here. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.